looking at the times, it looked like both your Oaks filly and Track Phantom worked in basically a minute.
Very pleased with both of them, like how they handled. That's first serious move for Track Phantom since we added the blinkers, and he handled very nicely. Solid work like always for him. And Pretty Woman, excellent work for her. And obviously their company worked well also. Carbone for Track Phantom for the Pat Day Mile, and Otto the Conqueror with our Pretty Woman possibly for the Pat Day Mile also.
To see what Track Phantom's been able to do to get to this point, ultimately, what has made Track Phantom successful in your eyes, and what still do you need to work on to get him prepared?
Well, I think that he's always had a lot of talent and stuff. Great attitude, good mover. Wonderful horse to be around, and you have to continue to develop and get faster. I think that he will handle the circumstances of the Derby and the crowd and all the pageantry of it extremely well and show his best side.
The impact of being able to be back here and just having the opportunity once again, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't get old for you.
Absolutely not. I mean, it is the pinnacle of our sport. I've always loved to be a part of it and want that to continue.
He's been on the lead in his last few races. Has that been just because somebody had to be on the lead?
I think it is. It's he jumps well from the gates, and he's a very handy horse. I think that he has a beautiful rhythm to him. Just a nice, smooth, efficient stride. But I don't think that he is a horse that has to be on the lead.
I mean, do you think, if anything, maybe that in the last couple races he was fourth in his last, but not beaten very far. The race before that he was second. That maybe actually if he could have a horse in front, that he might be more effective. Or?
The race for us is from point A to point B, and I think that the rhythm of it is they're very tepid paces both times in the last two races. If for him to have not been on the lead in either one of them, he'd have been wrangled back or out of himself. I definitely expect more pace in the Derby. Everybody does than that, especially with the quarter-mile run to the first turn. It'll be quick like it always is.
But you think that's something that could?
I think in a full field, I would still want him, jump well away from there and then find his spot. But I would be very surprised if he was on the lead in this year's Derby.
Just those final steps that you got here with this limited time left, what is that going to look like over the next couple days?
Well, obviously we're very pleased with this work today, and that's he will have another work next week. Won't be quite as serious as today, not as big of a gallop out, and we just want to keep him happy and healthy. Maybe warm up just a tad so we can work in a few more baths, be a little shinier.
One Pretty Woman, she's only raced 3 times.
Right.
And her last race, she was second in that excellent Kentucky Oaks prep, the Fairgrounds Oaks.
That is always proof.
Yeah, and got beat by, I guess, the filly. They'll be the likely favorite in the race.
She has the opportunity to move forward. She really does. Like you said, she was second in there, no excuses. But she had come off 2 very easy victories for her, unchallenged in her first 2 races. Got a lot out of the Oaks. Gave her plenty of time to recover from the strong race in the Fairgrounds Oaks, and then asked her to do a little more today, and she responded nicely. And so obviously we're excited about her chances, knowing she needs to step forward, but a lot of reasons that she'll be capable to do so.
A lot of early mornings for you. At the end of the day, seeing how this pays off in the long run for you. I mean, the grind to the finish. What is that like for you specifically?
No, we're blessed to be a part of this, and have the opportunity to be around horses of this quality is a dream come true for me.
And you said early mornings, but also a very, very, very late night. That's bled into an early morning. You drove from Oaklawn after the Oaklawn Handicap.
Yeah, I wasn't with who we had working this morning. I wasn't going to sleep anyway, so just we'll be driving here to see it. And obviously, I'm glad I did. I'm just very excited to watch them work this morning and see how they did it over the racetrack.